Do you have a frenemy? You know what a frenemy is? It's a sort of blend between a friend and an enemy. And that frenemy can be a family member, like a parent or a child or a sibling, a grandparent, somebody that you may get along with on the outside, but on the inside, all you can think about is that last time they did you wrong. Well, Jesus in our passage this week calls us out on our anger. He goes in chapter 5 and says, make friends quickly with your opponent while you're on the way to court. What he's talking about is getting our anger in check. But how do we do that? I think one of the things we have to begin with is prayer. Later in that passage, Jesus reminds us that we're told to love our neighbors and to hate our enemies, but he tells us to love our enemies and to pray for our persecutors. Basically, he's saying that we should pray for our bullies. And I'm not talking about the prayers like in that one country song where you start asking for all the worst things in life to happen to your enemies. What I think Jesus wants us to pray for our enemies, for simple things like joy and peace. So that's our challenge this week. This is to name one frenemy, a family member, a coworker, somebody that you work out with, that you may not get along with all the time. This week, I want to invite you to pray every single day that God would fill them with joy and peace. And then I think something's going to happen. The first thing that's going to happen is you're going to start to see those people differently. Take this bark, for example. This is just an ordinary piece of bark that I got out of the mulch pile. And when you look at a tree, that's all you see is the bark. There was a tree outside my home church, a big red maple tree. And one day it died and they cut it down and they hauled it off. And nobody really thought much more about that tree except for my dad. So we went out one day to go inspect this tree to see what we could salvage, if there was anything left. And he gave me a really cool present after that, and it's this beautiful cross that I wear every Sunday. And this cross is it's a really beautiful piece of maple that would have just been trash to somebody else. It means that when most of us just see the bark on the outside, God helps us see something more on the inside. And I think that's what prayer can do for us when we pray, even for our enemies. When we ask God to fill them with joy and peace, we begin to see more than we saw at first. So who are you going to pray for this week? So who are you going to pray for this week? Who has God put on your heart? Who do you need to restore relationship with? Are you willing to pray for them, asking God to fill them with joy and peace? I hope that you'll take the challenge and let me know how it goes. Take care and God bless.